told us where we stand, and Flash Gordon was there in silver underwear.
Kinky.
Claude Rains was the invisible man,
But he never showed up.
Then something went wrong for Fay Ray and King Kong.
She went apeshit.
They got caught in a cellular jam.
Yay, jam.
And at a deadly pace, it came from outer space. And this is how the message ran. Science fiction. Double feature. Dr. X will build a creature. The androids fighting. Grand Janet. And Francis stars in Forbidden Planet. At the late night, double feature, picture show.
Sing, lips.
I knew Leo G. Carroll was over a barrel when Tarantula took to the hills. And I really got hot when I saw Jeanette Scott fight a triffid that spits poison and kills.
What is a triffid?
Dana Andrews said
Prunes.
gave him
the shits.
and passing them used lots of skill.
Yay, skills.
But when worlds collide, said George Powell to his bride, I'm gonna give you some terrible thrills.
Like a sex ray.
Science fiction. Double feature. Dr. X will build a creature. See androids fighting. Brad and Janet and Francis stars in Forbidden Planet. At the late night, double feature, picture show. I wanna go. To the late night double feature picture show by RKO. To the late night double feature picture show in the back row. To the late night double feature picture show.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast, the dark side of the live stream edition, the evening edition. We're just call it the evening show. Welcome back to the podcast, the evening show on the KPOD Network. The podcast is your home for rational crypto news and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door, talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice. We are telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I'm your host, Scott, pragmatic investor who has won and lost fortunes. Joining me, as always, is the greatest producer of all time, the one, the only, the mighty Belle. How are you doing tonight, madam?
You know what? It's been a day, Scott. How are you tonight?
Oh, I'm ducky. I had a pretty good day. We're getting some technicals worked out. It was very, very important. Spent a lot of time talking to Sisla today. So yeah, Omniflix is fully behind us on this. Just absolutely, they're 100% behind us. So yeah, I had a good day. Maybe yours will get better. We'll discuss it tonight, Belle. Here at the Podcast, we have a tendency to talk about what others are not talking about and bringing the focus on to use case cryptos because, as we know, these are what drive the market and bring innovation to a world that desperately needs it. The status quo is no longer acceptable. It's time for technological revolution. Welcome to crypto. Welcome to the podcast. Thank you. Good to see you, old man. You ain't been on in a while, brother. What you're I know you got that you're like kind of working a wonky shift right now, and I'm sorry about that, man. Look, I've done nights and I've done 12s, and it just grinds you. It just grinds you down. For a very brief time, about 6 weeks, I think, I was actually working as a, they called it a customer engineer, over at the, I think, DM9, 9, 10, 11, 12 data centers. And yeah, the work schedule, man, that is brutal. I mean, it's just brutal. You don't think, oh, I can do 12 hours. That's not a big deal. But come hour 10 and a half, man, you want to be anywhere else but there. You have a tendency to lose your focus. You're not really paying attention. You're just doing whatever you're doing and looking at the watch and just kind of going through it. So I understand what you're going through, sir. I certainly sympathize. I recommend that you get lucky in crypto like I did. And then this is it. You can just sit here and you could start a podcast. Old man's casting couch. That would be great, Belle. The old man's casting couch right here on the KPOD network. That would be a hoot. So we're doing something. I talked about it this morning. I'm going to continue to talk about it until it comes time for the event, because that's what you do is you got to plug it, man. You got to get visibility on it. And myself, the mighty Belle, and Chris from Fight Farm are going to be broadcasting. They gave us a thumbs up, so we're going to be broadcasting Karate Combat directly and exclusively over on the Omniflix network. Now, you could still watch it on YouTube and every other place that they stream it, but you're going to be listening to their commentators. And if you come over to Omniflix, you're going to be listening to your commentators. That'll be myself, that'll be Chris, and whatever we happen to want to discuss. Omniflix is fully supportive of us, man. They are all over it. So we're going to get Sisla back on the morning show. Morning shows just work better for him. They're over in India, so there's a time difference. But we're going to get Sisla on hopefully this week and next week in the lead up to the actual event. So we can just kind of take a victory lap, man, because this is the proper application of blockchain technology. What Omniflix is doing, what Akash is doing, what Jackal is doing, that is the proper application of blockchain technology. All the other stuff that we're horsing around out here with, and it might be fun, but there's no real, I don't see it. I just don't see it. And if I did, I would be talking about these other projects, but I'm not seeing them. Now, something was brought up to me this morning about Scott's DYOR, do your own research. And I'm very, very specific and very, very picky about what I actually push money into. If it's fun money, who cares? You know, toss it in, lose $1,000, yay, oops, not a big deal. But any kind of long holding of mine, that's 6 or 7 figures, man, I'm going to know everything about that project, every single thing I could possibly know. But a couple of the wickets that I'm always looking for, some of the important things, is, and this is probably the number one on my personal list, is path to monetization. I've got to see how you are going to continue to earn revenue on any token that may or may not be inflationary, man. I have got to see how you're going to keep this thing going when without simply relying on investors. If you are simply relying on investors out here to make it go up, make it go down, man, you might as well be Bitcoin. And anything but Bitcoin is just going to be a cheap knockoff of Bitcoin. So they don't work for me. If I can't see how you're going to generate organic revenue on this, aside from, like trade fees and stuff like that, man, look, I'm done with you. All right. That ain't for me. Appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and move on. Now, right now, the hot thing, the real hot thing right now is the AI agents. Everybody's just talking. I got to turn this off, Bill. This is hot. Everybody's just going nuts on these whole AI agents thing, and there's entire platforms that are launching, just putting out AI agents. And I do appreciate that. I like what they're doing. We and Bell had spent a lot of time around Fetch. You guys remember Fetch before it became whatever the hell it is now, AIS, or I don't know any, so I don't care. ASI. Yeah, and I don't care. The only reason that we were hanging around that token and that long was for the virtual twin. That's what we wanted. That's what I wanted. That's what Bell wanted. Just automate some of these tasks so I don't have to handle it. But they literally never released it. Or if ASI has released them, I have no interest in it anymore because these things are showing up everywhere. So that's one of those things that I'm always looking for, path to monetization. And my path to monetization through that particular token was going to be the my virtual twin, and they never released it. So when it just absolutely ran away with the crazy AI narrative and all that stuff, I cleared out that position. Man, I was buying that stuff at 6 cents. It went up to a little over $3. Man, we're good. All right, that's enough. So I've since cleared that position pretty much. I own effectively none of it. I'm done. But I also recognize that these things are very, very popular and that there is easily a path to monetization to anything that is touching these if they work, if they're safe, if they're secure. And if they hit those wickets, then sure, I absolutely see a path to monetization. I would pay for it. I would pay for that kind of service from these things because I want it to take care of tasks for me that I don't want to mess with. That's the point. That's the purpose of them. So I'm starting to look into these things really, really hard, but I'm looking for very, very specific ones. And that's it. I'm looking for the ones that view them as a business and not the ones that simply view them as a niche or, a plaything or a hobby. Those I want nothing to do with. But the ones that are actually saying, sure, we can automate tasks for you. We have enterprise potential. We have all of that. The people that are building those, you have my full attention. Then I just have to continue my DYOR process to get there. Now, Bell, the cat's leaving. Bye, Indy. That's my cat. The other thing that I'm looking for, the next thing that I'm really looking for out here in the crypto world, particularly for anything that I'm going to go long in, is marketing. That's it. I'm looking for marketing. This is an incredibly confusing space. And if you want to lose your mind and your money at the same time, just go to crypto Twitter. That's all you have to do. You're going to hear so much that says so little about effectively everything out here because we completely ignore marketing. And we ignore marketing to our own peril and to our own detriment because this is starting to become a very crowded space. I mean, amazingly crowded. Every single day, there are 500 new tokens launching because we've made it so easy to do. Every single day, you're going to see more and more AI agents things popping up because it's the flavor of the day right now, and they're starting to become popular. So whenever you have something over here that might have even a limited amount of success, it's going to be copy-pasted to hell and gone. And most of them, 95% of them, are going to be 100% scam rug pulls. So I have to spend my time finding out which ones are serious about their product and which ones are just fucking around. If your entirety of your marketing is nothing but Twitter, you put out a couple, 2-3 posts, maybe a day or every other day so that you don't shock the algorithm or anything like that. That ain't marketing, man. All right, that's just that's like an opinion piece. That's just, hey, take a look at this. We think we're really cool. That ain't marketing. All right, proper marketing has metrics that are assigned to it. Proper marketing is very, very targeted. This is what we're looking for, and this is how we're going to get it. Proper marketing is going to have tons and tons and tons of trial and error because you have to identify who your customers are. That means metrics. That means engagement rate. That means click-throughs. That means all of the stuff that goes into marketing. And it also has to have a level of professionalism as if you kind of more or less know what you're doing. So if I don't see that, on any particular project, I'm more or less done with them at that point, because you don't take yourself seriously. You don't take yourself seriously because you're not looking for consumers. You're looking for investors. And I can find that anywhere. I can go to Twitter right now and find 9 billion different posts talking about token X, token Y, and token Z, why you should buy it because it's going to go up, and they are all copy paste of every single thing else that came before it. So I'm looking for a little bit of professionalism, but really I'm looking for people who know how to market, because they're working for you. If you are in this project, if you are buying these tokens, if you are buying, staking, whatever you do with them, but if you're in this project, then the marketing team is working for you. And I want to I want to make sure that it's a marketing team that's working very, very hard. Now, one of the things that really breaks down in crypto, one of this is really the biggie, and I would love it if you guys would just kind of give me a little bit of feedback on this based on your own personal experiences. But one of the absolute most important marketing line that I've ever heard in my life, and I've done my very, very best to apply it to everything that I'm doing out here, particularly around Aegis and everything else that we're doing, is that clear is better than clever. Over and over and over. This is an absolute fact in the marketing world, that clear is better than clever. And I do not get a lot of clear out here in the crypto world. I just don't. I see a lot of, well, it's too deep, I can't explain it because you wouldn't understand it. I get a lot of that. It's like, okay, good, see ya. Good luck in your journey. Or try to spin it into something that is funny and clever, but takes away from the actual message of what the fuck am I even looking at here. And that is kind of crypto marketing in a nutshell. I can illustrate this very, very simply, and I'm going to do it with nothing. I'm not doing a giveaway, but we are going to looking for the first answer so I can give you a shout out. Who's ever seen the commercial of the cartoon bears that are taking turns going to the bathroom and wiping their asses? They were selling a product. One product, and I guarantee you somebody out there in this audience knows the name of that product. These guys have been doing the same thing for 20 years. They've been doing the same thing because it works. Their message is incredibly clear. Now, it happens to be clever, but the message itself is very, very clear and simple. Use our product. It's superior. Listen to the bears. That is a very, very clear message that brought brand recognition onto this thing and turned it into a multi-billion-dollar company selling toilet tissue. So who can name me the brand of that? I would love to know if I'm off base or not. I don't think I am.
Edward Rohr got it.
What was it? What did he say?
Charmin.
Big it is, man. Look, big round of applause for Edward Rohr. But talk for a second, Belle. I have to do something. Talk. Ask a question, something. I'll get back to it.
All right. So again, good quick response from Edward on there. And sorry, I know I'm butchering your name. I am still getting over a cold, and it sucks. I wish more people would actually get the point that, okay, what does your product do is kind of important information that needs to be put out there. I mean, just saying.
Well, one of the big things, and it is a big miss. And you know what? It's kind of funny because
and Edward actually corrected me and said, yeah, Nuclear Chicken did get it first. Sorry, Nuclear Chicken,
okay.
I missed that.
Well, we'll give Nuclear Chicken a round of applause, but I think you guys are getting my point here. You don't have to deep dive Charmin. You know what it is. You have brand awareness around that thing, and you are familiar with their very, very simple, clear, easy to understand advertising. So if you happen to go to a grocery store and you're looking for toilet tissue, or we call it shit paper, but whatever you call it, and you go looking for it, you're going to see Charmin, and you go, oh yeah, I know these guys, and you're going to buy them because you've now developed a level of trust. You understand what the product is. It's very clear, and the bears love it. So of course you should buy Charmin. It's very clear and simple advertising. Now, this is important. This is particularly important for anything out here that is looking for consumers. If you are looking for consumers, you are going to have to market your ass off. Let me give you a perfect example. Now, we tried because we are going forward with Karate Combat. We are going to, I'm going after Bare Knuckle. There's another one, King of the Arena, I think it was. There was another one somebody just pitched me. I'm going to go after them too. I don't care. Any combat sport, anything that is energetic, exciting, that people may or may not want to dabble in, we're going to bring it to you. We're going to bring it to you exclusively on OmniFlix. We're going to get the clean feeds. It'll be our show talking about these fighters, analyzing fights, pre-fight, post-mortems, all that. We're going to have a wonderful time with this. But the other thing that we're going to be doing is advertising during these. Not because I want to. Nobody's paying us to do this. That's the funny thing, Bell. Nobody's paying us a nickel. Nothing. This is completely out of my own pocket, my time, my effort, my everything. Nobody's paying us shit. I'm doing this because I love to do it. I've always wanted to do sports broadcasting. Nobody's going to hire a 53-year-old guy with no sports broadcasting background. So just inventing my own network. That's it. That's what we're doing out here. But we're going to be advertising during these things because it's expected, because I consider it the natural flow of these types of broadcasts, sporting events, what have you, Budweiser commercials, TurboTax, whatever. But this is a normal part of the entire environment out here, and people are used to it, and I would argue that people expect it. You know why soccer, the most popular sport on the entire planet, it's football everywhere else, it's soccer here. Do you know why it has a very, very hard time making it in America? Because it's virtually impossible to advertise on it. Because the game never stops from the first whistle to halftime, and then from halftime to the end. There is no break in the action. So it is very, very difficult to advertise. That's why it won't pick up in America. It has nothing to do with people don't like the sport. I think it has everything to do with you are not going to pay these athletes here because you can't advertise on these programs to generate enough revenue to pay ththese athletes what they're getting paid everywhere else. And it is what it is. So I think people expect it. So we've been working out. Now, I did get these from Astrovault, from the Astrovault marketing team, and we're going to try a couple of them. I would love your feedback up or down. These are simple messages that I could put right in the middle of a broadcast, and you really won't even notice. You're going to say, oh, he's plugging this. Yes, I am plugging this. I'm doing it very, very specifically. But I'm going to try this one right now, this very, very first one. And the only thing I ask of you guys is tell me the takeaway that you get from this. Tell me the takeaway. That's what I want to know. And as the fights continue tonight, guys, we got another big card coming up. Johnny Bravo versus Angela Jolie, and it's going to be a great fight. And speaking of fights, I think you should take the fight to the markets with Astrovault.io. No limits, no barriers, just pure DeFi power. Astrovault.io. Bring the fight to the markets. So the other thing we have about this fight tonight, and yeah. All right, that was a very, very simple. I timed it out. That's about 8 seconds. 8 seconds for me. I want to know, what is your takeaway from that very, very brief live read? 8-second live read. I want to know what stuck in your head from me simply reading this. What stuck in your head? Because that is advertising. That is toilet tissue. That is Charmin. That's how easy it is to get these things in and why it's important to do it. So, yeah, I would love it if somebody could type something into chat. I know what you're going to say because we already ran this a couple times, but I know what you're going to say. But it's illustrating the point. Now, we're going to be bringing this to OmniFlix. I'm not going to stop. I don't care if nobody watches. It's a chance for me to broadcast, to cover sporting events, particularly combat sports, which I just absolutely love. So whether it's successful or not, it's DeFi. Nobody can stop me. I can keep going on and on and on, and I absolutely will. So we want to make it as flavorful as any other public broadcast that you would hear on Fox or something like that. We're doing everything we can to bring you the same level of quality. But part of that quality is going to include in these little live reads. I think that they're going to be effective. They're very, very specifically targeted. And I get out the one piece of information that I'm trying to get out. Belle, did somebody type astrovault.io into the chat bar? Did anybody type that in there?
Nuclear Chicken actually went a little bit longer than that. He actually said, I almost clicked over to open Astrovault.
Astrovault.io. The only takeaway I wanted you to get from that, the only piece of repetition is Astrovault.io. Everything else is fluff. Nothing else in there matters. The only thing that matters is it's a DEX and it's Astrovault.io. This is something that easily translates to anybody that's listening. I don't have to explain anything. It's not my job to explain it. My job is to get you to click. My job is to get you to go to Astrovault.io or at least make you aware of Astrovault.io. This is called an advertising campaign. And now at the same time we're doing this, Astrovault.io is doing something different in another location, but it always comes down to Astrovault.io. Simple is better than complex, and clear is better than confusing. That's it. So, or clear is better than clever. Simple better than complex. Clear is better than clever. You do it that way, and you're going to make it work. So, all right, Bell, real quick, we got a old man. You haven't been watching lately, dude, so you don't know. But we've been doing karaoke. We've been doing karaoke on the show. I've been owning it, dude. I did Bonnie Tyler this morning, Bell, and I owned that, Bell. I even asked Bell, did I not? I crushed it. All right, I just feel like I really, really crushed it this morning, Bell. Do you think I did good? Did I do good? I'm insecure.
You did do well on that one.
I did well on that one. Bonnie Tyler. She's already got kind of like the rough man voice, so it's an easy translation. Anyway, one or two questions or comments we're going to get on to the next song. I'm going to sing this one, all right? I'm going to nail it. Go ahead, Belle.
Well, okay, we've only got 2 comments so far, so
easy stream.
Old man, haha, Scott just went celebrity deathmatch announcer.
Dude, I'm ready for it, man. I've wanted to broadcast this stuff. I've wanted to do sports broadcasting like my whole life. I ended up getting pigeonholed into political broadcasting because I have the right voice, the right pitch, right cadence. I know my internal Oxford commas. So, and I'm very educated in the subject and well read and all that stuff. So I got pigeonholed into that, but I don't. I want to do sports broadcasting. There's so much energy there. It's so much fun. It is so exciting, and you never know how it's going to end. So yeah, that's what I've always wanted to do, but again, my resume did not back that up. So that's it. You're a political commentator, and I didn't want to do that anymore. So, yeah, I'm excited, man. If nobody will hire me, fuck it. I will build my own network. That's what we're doing. Bell, carry on.
All right. Johnny from X says, that was fantastic. Your Astrovault.io ad was quick and to the point.
Yeah, and what I'm asking, Johnny, is that if you hear it, what sticks in your head? That's it. That's all we're trying to do is say what sticks in your head, Johnny, because let me tell you something. All right. The pit isn't only for champions. You can dominate the markets with Astrovault.io, where DeFi meets your winning streak. That is Astrovault.io. Check them out today. These are simple messages, man. They get really, really, we don't have to go nuts. We can tune them up just a little bit and get that word out there, Astrovault.io. And that's it. This is simple stuff. Now, we pitched it out. I pitched it out to X, and I'm a bad person to really judge the effectiveness of it because I only got I think I have maybe 10 people that actually follow me. My Twitter account says 1,400. I think they're all bots. So I only got about maybe 5 or 10 people that actually respond to anything that I put up there. So I'm a bad person to judge the effectiveness of this on, but I literally pitched it out to any project, any crypto project whatsoever. Write me a 10-second live read, and I will read it during the show. I don't care what it is. I'm not judging. You want to meme it? Sure. Send me a live read for your meme and make it simple, make it clear, and I will certainly read it. NFTs, sure, I'll do that. I will do anything. And my response to that was 0. Nothing. Did not get a single ting, a single tick. I had a couple people that actually put comments, but they were like pushing me to another project. Like I should research it and write a live read for it. Doesn't work that way. All right. You want me to do the work. You're going to do some of it as well. Meaning take 20 seconds out of your life to type me up a single sentence, send it over to me, and I'll put it up there. Now, if we make a go of this, and OmniFlix is well behind us, but if we manage to make a go of this, guess what? The second time comes around, babe, got to pay the bell. That's it. All right. We did it. We did the work. We cracked the code. We're out there. We're getting views. Omniflix is doing, everybody's doing well. Well, guess what? Now you got to pay. So yeah, let's just try it that way. I will stick with the people who have supported us the whole time, who are actively supporting us now. So you're going to be hearing a lot of stuff about Omniflix, a lot of stuff about Astrovault, and a lot of stuff about Aegis, but you're not going to be hearing much else because nobody would even reach out to me. All right. I'm going to kill this one, Belle. You ready? You know what song I'm doing, right? You ready?
I do know what song you're doing, and I'm ready for this.
I'm gonna put you into share. Old man, don't bust my balls, dude. You know what? You can't bust my balls because I'm just gonna absolutely own this thing. Let me get a little booze. Give you a second. Little bit of the juice. Now, big fan of the movie. I've seen it. I don't know. Lost count, man. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. I'm a huge fan. I love every single thing about this, and it's neat the way that a movie that is so unclear and unpredictable could have gotten a cult following. But here it is. So
it was a terrible movie.
It was a god-awful movie, man. That thing, if you saw it objectively, you're looking at this going, what the fuck did I just waste an hour and a half of my life on? It was terrible. But I'm a huge fan. I love the cult. I love the fit, love the feel, love the people. I love the maniacs that go to see the Rocky Horror Picture Show. So yeah, I'm there. And we were paid $5. I will karaoke any single song that you guys put up there, assuming that I know it at least a little bit. All right, you can't pull some real obscure shit out of there. I'm not going to karaoke a song I've never even heard or I'm not familiar with because it's just going to be bad. But if I have the least little bit of familiarity with the song, I will karaoke it. You got to pay Bell $5 for that one, though. We were paid $5 for me to do this one. I have no idea where it came from, but somebody paid us $5 to do this song.
Nuclear Chicken.
Nuclear Chicken.
Didn't know his other suggestions.
That's right. So going out for Nuclear Chicken, we're going to pay him his $5 from the Rocky Horror Picture Show, guys. Sit back. You can laugh. I don't care. I'm 53. I don't get embarrassed. Hope you guys enjoy it. Coming your way right now. How do you do, I see you've met my faithful handyman. He's just a little brought down because when you knocked, he thought you were the candy man. Don't get strung out by the way I look. Don't judge a book by its cover. I'm not much of a man by the light of day, but by night I'm one hell of a lover. I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Let me show you around and maybe play you a sound. You look like you're both pretty groovy. Or if you want something visual that's not too abysmal, we could take in an old Steve Reeve movie. I'm glad we caught you at home. Could we use your phone? We're both in a bit of a hurry. We'll just say where we are, then go back to the car. We don't want to be any worry. Well, you got caught with a flat wheel. How about that? Well, babies, don't you panic. By the light of the night, it'll all seem all right. I'll get you a satanic mechanic. I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Why don't you stay for the night? Or maybe a bite? I could show you my favorite obsession. I've been making a man with blonde hair and a tan, and he's good for relieving my tension. I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Hit it! I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. come up to the lab and see what's on the slab. I see you shiver with anticipation. But maybe the rain isn't really to blame. So I'll remove the cause. But not the symptom. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you very much. How do we do, Belle? Did I earn the $5?
You did earn the $5, and Nuclear Chicken also says, I'm laughing so hard I can't breathe.
You know what?
Awesome job.
I did okay. All right. I did okay. That is not an easy song. That is not an easy character. I did okay with it. I can self-analyze and say that it's passable. I mean, I'm not going to make it onto the big stage in Broadway or anything like that, but it's entertaining enough. I hope you guys had fun with that. This is what we've been doing, by the way. We've been doing up the karaoke. Crypto just needs more funny, man. That's really all it is. All right, Belle, questions, comments, concerns. Take it away.
All right. So, Nuclear Chicken, do you know how many times I listen to a project information in long form content, and then I have to go to a search engine to find the project's website because they never mentioned it?
No, it's real basic stuff, man. Look, that's it. This is really basic stuff, and it is a major part of me doing my own research. Yes, I'm concerned about the tokenomics. Yes, I'm very concerned about the team, but what I'm looking for, or are they serious about the project? If your entire marketing is a guy that posts on Twitter, you're selling yourself wickedly short because you are competing with the noise. You have got to self-analyze on this and say, where are we going? Who are our people? What is our message? What are we trying to get out there? Because it is fun, as much fun as it is to have Twitter debates. It doesn't work. Nobody cares. It's pure noise. The bulk of Twitter, if that's your focus, is Twitter. The bulk of Twitter is simply token go up people. That's it. They don't care about the tech. They don't care about the project. They're very indifferent to anything that's out here. All they care about, does token go up? Why do you think memes are so popular? Because they're simple. They do not have to be explained. Anybody who's dabbling out here in DeFi memes has a real good idea of what it's about. And these things effectively do not have to market. It doesn't matter. We all get it. Their marketing is buy Shiba, it's going to go up. Buy Doge, it's going to go up. Buy token X, Y, or Z, it's going to go up. That's your marketing. And if that is all the marketing that you have right here, all right, we're done. I will not take your project serious. I don't give a fuck about your market cap. Just convincing a whole lot of people to play stupid and to pretend that this is not a Ponzi scheme. It does not make it a good project. At all. I'm more than happy to take advantage of those things and take advantage of dumb and get money from people. I'm more than happy to do that. But that is not a project. It's not real. This has no basis in fact whatsoever. All you're doing is taking the confusion that happens out here in the crypto world and you're monetizing it. And you're monetizing it through simple projects, simple products, a smart contract that people can wrap their heads around. Nice and easy. That is it. Token go up, great. And that's what you're competing against. You cannot do serious marketing against that. You just can't. You have got to break out. If you're looking for people to come to your decks, then you have to go where those people are. They're not going to come and find you, not on Twitter, not with all the noise that's out here. You are going to have to go yourself. You're going to have to find out, who am I looking for and how am I going to get them? That should be the main concern. So when I see some of these marketing, and it was people marketing, and I see what they're doing, I'm starting to figure it out. Now, I want you to hearken back to this, Belle. Are you ready? We're going to hearken back to a Super Bowl ad that showed up not too long ago with a man named Matt Damon that was pitching it. Because if you're going to take crypto advice from anybody, you should take crypto advice from Matt Damon. Now, this particular commercial was played during the Super Bowl. And for what it's worth, it missed on every single wicket necessary to make an effective marketing campaign. It was go boldly. That was their entire message, is go boldly. Matt Damon said, we need to all go boldly, so we all poured our money into FTX, and we all got fucked. But we got fucked boldly. That was it. That was FTX advertising during the Super Bowl with Matt Damon. How well did that work out? Did you understand the message? Did they explain anything about anything? They absolutely did not. They missed on every single wicket. And then, of course, FTX imploded anyway because they were 100% full of shit from the ground up. But this is the shit that people remember. These are the things that stick with them. They remember FTX. We're going to remember FTX. Not even from the monetization hit that we all took out here, because that blew up everything. It literally blew up the world out here. But because of the what they were doing and how they were doing it, we remember all of these things. It was ineffective. They had brand awareness because they could manipulate tokens and make them go up. So anything FTX touches is solid gold. That was the message. Until it wasn't. Until the whole thing blew up. So while I appreciate what they were doing, I want to say that come on, it's FTX, man. We don't have to harken back that far. But I want you to think about the crypto advertising that you do see. Is any of it explain anything? The people who crack that code, the people who focus on marketing, the people who have a product and say, we're going to do anything that we can to get consumers, that's the product that I want to be invested in. 100%. The market is down with the exception of Bitcoin. Well, we had a good day. We had a good day today, man. Look, we cracked 102 and everybody's all psyched up now. We're back, baby. Look at there. Token go up, Bitcoin good. Token go down, Bitcoin bad, and we're all going to die. These are the messages that we put out here. So I appreciate that. I love having a green day. Alts are not going to do what you think they're going to do, but some alts will. And the alts that will are alts that are a product and alts that advertise to get consumers. That is number one and number two of Scott's do your own research. You asked about this specifically, and I am answering it very, very specifically. I want simple. I want clear. I want concise. You do that, people are going to resonate with it. People are going to understand it. After that, it's simply repetition after repetition after repetition. That's what it takes. We're going to be broadcasting an awful lot, and the repetition is going to hit to the point where it's just noise to you. And that is the secret. That is absolutely the secret, is the people who are familiar with these, who's already familiar with these projects. At that time, we just become noise. That's perfect. You got a very good, energetic live debate or live fights that's going on. A lot of energy in the arena, excitement, people applauding, bells, whistles, lots of lights. If you're familiar with astrovault.io, we will simply be noise. If you're a new person coming over here watching the stream, this may be the very first time that you hear of Astrovault, but you're going to hear astrovault.io, astrovault.io. So if there's no other takeaway that you get from this, you're going to have that burned into your brain. That is effective advertising. After that, the site's got to get them. The team has got to get them. We can get them to the site, but it's up to the team to keep them there. That is bifurcating. All right. That is staying in your own lane. My lane is marketing and broadcasting. That's it. What they do over on Astrovault and how they do it, ain't got a clue. You could ask me all day about the back end and how they do it and the smart contracts and the way that they function. I couldn't tell you any of it. I have no idea how a smart contract works. I couldn't write one. No idea. But I don't have to know, all right? Because I can call Benji, because I can call Eric, because I can call the people who built the damn things and say, how does this work? Now, if that is important going forward, people were getting too much confusion on the messages that we're putting out. We need them a little bit more clear, a little bit more information. Fine, go to the source. Make it simple, make it clear, give it to me, and I'm going to read it out. This is what I'm looking for. These are the things that are going to go. It's why I am so stupidly bullish on Flix. I've always loved the project. I've always loved being around him, but when we interviewed him and we got him on and we started talking about advertisers and path to monetization, and they were like, yep, this is what we're doing. This is who we worked with, and this is how we're going to do it this year. Fuck, I was there, man. I was like, you got me. All right, let's start DCAing the hell out of Flix and just wait for the whole thing to come to fruition. It's a highly competitive market. I get that. It's a highly competitive market in the U.S. It's not so competitive everywhere else if you have regional support. Well, we happen to have regional support in a little country called India. Have you heard about it? Have you heard of India? 1.6 billion people living there. We happen to have natives that live there that are pushing out. They understand the region, they understand the culture, that understand the vibe of what's going on in India. So they're going to feed us. You need to focus here, and put it out. We're going to absolutely do all of those things. So they're not paying us a cent, but they are giving us support. That's all I've always ever asked for on this show, is just for the products that we support to support us, and they're going to do it. So very excited for this. Cannot wait for this shit to happen. I hope you guys like the new studio. You're going to see me and Belle in it here inside of the next couple of weeks. I hope you guys like the new studio, the fit, the feel, the vibe that we're going for on here. I think it's going to be hot. Belle, questions or comments? And we have no new song. Next song. We have nothing queued up.
Well, you know what? I sent you a song leak earlier, so.
Okay, I'll find it. Go.
G. Torres, the transition energy throughout the No Fluff Astrovault ad was excellent, and the play on words is equally as important.
Yeah, and again, man, that's it. All right, look, keep it simple. Keep it simple, keep it understandable, and repeat. That's all you got to do, man. And you get those things out there, and then you see it work. See if it works. Then you monitor your website traffic. You monitor your throughput. You monitor click-throughs. You monitor all of this so that you can fine-tune it and focus it. Astrovault needs consumers. That's what they need. They don't even need anybody buying the goddamn AXV token. They need consumers. They need to provide a good user experience, a good user interface, make it simple, make it understandable when you get the people there so that they don't leave. That's what Astrovault needs. You want to buy the token? Sure, buy the token. I don't care. It really doesn't matter to me because it's an index token. So whether you do it or not, it's really not going to matter. That token's going to perform one way or the other. But if you make it simple and easy to understand and you get the people there, that's all you need, man. That's all you need out here. And then you start breaking glass ceilings. So I'm excited to see how this goes. Belle, please carry on.
All right. Regarding the karaoke you did a little bit ago, Carlos, worth the price of admission right here. Smashed it.
You know what? Thank you, dude. I'm going to give you a round of applause for that. I appreciate it, dude. It means I love to do it, dude. Look, I can carry a tune a little bit. I'm making a caricature of myself while we're doing this, just because I think it's fun, man. That's really all it is. And crypto needs to have more fun. So, Carlos, I appreciate it. And again, give Belle $5. I'll sing any damn song that you want. Let's have some fun out here and let's try to get Belle paid for a change. One more, Belle. Then we're gonna play a song.
Old man, regarding the $5 that was paid for you to do that song, more than earned. That was awesome.
And that's it. Appreciate it, dude. Yeah, I will absolutely. I'll absolutely drop my pants for $2, man. I got no problem. You're gonna give me $2? You want to see my fact share? Let's take a look. Yeah, metaphorically, I'm sure you guys understand. Belle, can I tell my joke? You were gonna remind me on the morning stream, and I didn't do it. Can I tell my joke? I think this is a funny joke. I don't know if you've heard it or not. Is that okay? Can I tell my joke?
You can tell your joke.
Okay, because we're crypto and we're funny. So let's go ahead and tell our joke. One second. Let me wet the whistle here. Ooh. Good stuff. Still Austin. That's the bottle. If you can find this one, and that's a snake wrapped around a cactus, so it doesn't show up real good on the green screen. Oh, that's fantastic. I actually, John got me that. I didn't know. I had to go and look it up. It's pricey. It's pricey, boy, but you know where your money went. All right, so here's the joke. Stop me if you've heard this. All right, guy goes into the doctor's office, and he's got a problem. So the nurse shows him in. He goes in there. He sits in the waiting room. Doctor comes in. He said, "Okay, what's going on?" The man said, "I have a problem with my voice. I have talked like this forever. Since I was a little kid and just learned to talk, I've been talking like this, and I want it to stop. Doctor, is there anything that you could do for me?" So the doctor says, yeah, man. Let's take a look. So puts him on the exam table, and the doctor gives him a very, very thorough examination. And after he was done, he said, "Well, sir, this might sound a little bit unusual, but I think I found your problem. See, you are endowed much greater than an average human." Belle, do you know what I mean by endowed? Do you understand what I mean by endowed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
Okay.
it.
So he says you are very wonderfully endowed, more than a normal human, and it's causing stress on your vocal cords. So that's why you sound like that, and you sound like that forever. And the man said, "Well, doctor, is there anything I can do? Is there anything we can do? I just want to talk normal." And the doctor says, "Well, yeah, I think so. I think we could we can schedule you a surgery, and we can remove some of that. Return you to a place of normalcy, and I think that'll get you cleared right up." And the man said, "All right, I want to do it. Do it now." So they schedule the surgery, and they go ahead and do the surgery, and the doctor, does what he has to do, and that's it. They're good. It's like outpatient. So the guy goes home. It's outpatient. So the guy goes home and to heal, and he comes back into the doctor's office about 3 weeks later, and he goes up there, he meets the doctor. He says, "Doctor, this is fantastic. I have never had, this kind of clarity to my vocal communication. I can't thank you enough for this. But the rest of me just does not feel normal. It just does not feel right. So I'm wondering, doctor, is it possible to, reverse this and restore me to the way I was?" And the doctor looked at the guy and says, "No. It is impossible. The surgery cannot be reversed, and you just have a good day, sir." You didn't get it, Belle, did you? Did you understand the joke, Belle? Did you get it?
I did understand.
All right, that is a funny joke. That is a hysterical joke. I'll explain it to Belle. Here during the break, because I don't think she got it. That was a funny joke, Belle. All right, that's funny in everybody's world. That is funny. All right, guys, going to take a little bit of a break here. I picked whatever was on top. This isn't one you sent me, Belle, but it is by an artist that you guys like. Big fan of Hailstorm here, both me and Belle. We're going to play you a little bit of it here. We will be back in 3 minutes and 18 seconds. Please enjoy. It was a funny joke.
I've been a wreck since you changed. Don't let me get in your way. I miss the lies and the pain, the fights that keep us awake. I'm telling you, I miss the bad things, the way you hate me. I miss the scream and the way that you blame me. Miss the phone calls when it's your fault. I miss the late nights, don't miss you at all. I like that kick in the face. Everything you do to me, I love the way that it hurts. And I miss you, I miss the misery. I've tried, but I just can't take it.
God, she is pretty.
Fight then just fake it.
Because I like it rough.
You know that I've had enough. I dare you to call my bluff. Can't take too much of a good thing. I'm telling you, I miss the bad things, the way you hate me. I miss the scream and the way that you blame me. Miss the phone calls when it's your fault. I miss the late nights, don't miss you at all. I like that kick in the face. Everything you do to me, I love the way that it hurts. I miss you, I miss the misery. Just know that I'll make you hurt. I miss the lies and the pain, what you did to me. When you tell me you'll make it work, I'd rather fight all night than watch the TV. I hate that feeling inside. You tell me how hard you'll try, but when we're at our worst, I miss the misery. It's the bad things, the way you hate me. I miss the scream and the way that you blame me. I miss the rough sex, leaves me a mess. I miss the feeling of pains in my chest. Miss the phone calls when it's your fault. I miss the late nights, don't miss you at all. I like that kick in the face. Everything you do to me, I
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats, kids, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you. Bell's got a big Lizzie Hale thing, man. That is awesome. So I like playing I like playing her song. Yeah, I don't blame her, man. That broad is that lady is smoking. Very talented, powerful voice, good taste in music. I'll put that. I should have prefaced it with that. Yeah, that's great. And Chris, I see that Chris joined our chat. That's going to be the co-host, man. For we haven't actually named it. It'll probably be Karate or the podcast bringing you Karate Combat until we figure out what to do with that. But the kicker is that we are known as the Podocasts. We've been doing this for years and years, and Omniflix knows us as the Podcast. So if we spin this off into something else, we have to get it well established before we do that, because we don't want to lose Omniflix support. They're banking on us. They're banking on this show. They're banking on me, banking on Bell and the way that we do business to bring viewers over to their channel. So yeah, we can't just drop a brand new thing over there, because if we do, then we're going to lose Omniflix. If we lose Omniflix, there's no real point. So yeah, Chris is going to be out there with me. Chris's whole dream of this. Chris is an actual fighter. That guy I boxed when I was a little podcaster. I used to box, and boxing is not what these things are. It's a whole different skill set, whole different thing. And I was boxing at 155. So clearly I am no longer 155, and I'm 53. I still got a good chin. So if I get into a ruckus in a bar or something like that, I could take a few hits, but 35 seconds. If that fight's not over, I'm likely on the ground, because I just, I'm 53. I ain't got the wherewithal I used to. But Chris is an actual fighter. So Chris is going to be up there as our technical expert, because if anybody can explain, I'm color, man. Look, I'm color, I'm energy, I'm the Joe Rogan guy. But Chris is actually getting in there and analyzing what happened in step A, step B, step C. He can explain it and everything that happened. So we're going to have a nice Hannity and Combs thing going here. Currently, I don't know. Chris feels he's still a little sheltered. I think this is going to bring him out of his shell. It's going to be a good show, man. We're going to have a lot of fun with this stuff. And when we start covering bare knuckle fighting, that's my wheelhouse right there. All right, because there's no difference between that except for the fact that you're not wearing gloves, and the level of violence is wildly increased. So I'm looking forward to that one as well. But yeah, right now anything MMA combat related that has anything to do with grappling, Chris will be able to tell you what happened. I can just say, yeah, he got tuned up. Look, he's still sleeping. But Chris can explain why. So make friends with him. Follow him on Twitter if you want to. Or if you could. He's going to be the one pushing him out. He's going to be the co-host of this show, and we're going to have a real good time. Bell, questions, comments, concerns, observations, please take it away.
Nuclear Chicken. Scott, as you start working with Chris on Karate Combat, will you be bringing him on more about Fight Farm as well?
Yes, we got to get that out. That's the other thing, is Chris has an additional product. Now, the neat thing about Karate Combat is they are incredibly crypto friendly. They don't care who advertises, what they advertise. It doesn't matter to them. They have their own tokens. They actually have some tokens that go with this product. One of them is called Karate, and one of them is called Awesome. And I will likely buy some Awesome token, because you're banking in this case on the success or failure of Karate Combat. And I think they got a neat little thing going there. I don't think that they're going to surpass UFC. They're just not going to. All the talent went to UFC. That's where all the money is. But I really don't care for that level of. I don't even know what do you call it. I would much rather watch semi-pros go at it than the pure pros, because it's just, they get really, really technical up there in the UFC. They're not all 5-second knockouts, man. They get really, really technical. There's a lot of grappling. There's a lot of ground, and I understand that's part of the game, but it is not exciting to commentate that, because they've been on the ground for 3.5 minutes jockeying for position. I know what they're doing, but it's really, really hard to hype that up and to pump it up. Karate Combat went a different way. If those guys are on the mat for 3 minutes, there is no grappling. If they're on the mat for 5 seconds, the ref stands them up and says, all right, start swinging again. That's what I want to broadcast. That's what I want to be around, because it's fun. It's exciting. A lot of good knockouts, a lot of really, really hard hits. And the Pit is not the cage. All right, there's a different rule set in there, and some of these things are awesome. Chris and I were talking about this today. If you get up against the wall, and it's a 45-degree wall, and if you happen to get pinned on there on your back, and you got that guy, your opponent is on top of you with that hand up there, just slamming elbows into your head, man, there is literally nothing you can do. You are stuck unless you have practiced this for days and days and weeks and months and years of how to get out of that position. When it ends up there, man, it is violent, it is short, and that's what we're looking for up there, because it's that level of entertainment, that kind of gladiator combat that we all, at least I personally enjoy. So yeah, I cannot wait for that. But there's just different rule sets. You can ground and pound. That's fine. But you can only have one knee on the ground, and your other leg you have to be standing up. So you're just kind of leaning over on that. And you can ground and pound, but not with two knees on the carpet or two knees on the wall. You can't do it like that. So there's a little bit of a different rule set that goes on, but it all leads to very, very exciting fights. So yeah, we're going to be bringing in all of that. Anyway, carry on, Belle.
All right, G. Torres, regarding your joke, says, I didn't expect that twist in the joke.
It's a funny joke, man. You could tell that to anybody. It's not filthy. It's just, it's a funny joke. I love the twists on that. I like anything. That's the kind of humor that I really, really enjoy, where you got to think for a second. Yeah, I absolutely adore it. Anyway, hope that answered the question. Belle, carry on.
Last comment coming in from Nuclear Chicken. That joke probably tied the doctor in knots.
I'm looking for my booth. There it is. Here you go. Belle couldn't hear the sound effect, but that's the boo sound effect. Boo, boo, Nuclear Chicken, boo. I got nothing here, brother. That thing was funny. Let's take another look. Let's walk through some money here real quick before we get to the end of it. So, yeah, Bitcoin is hovering around the 102. I consider that a fake out. I think that news pumped on the news, or the actuality of Justin Trudeau finally stepping down. The guy was a closeted shit show that happened to get the door open on it. So action is taken, confidence is restored, Bitcoin goes ahead and does its thing. The election results were actually certified, so everybody did their job, and we're all good to go, and it seems like maybe a little bit of stability is entering into the world again, and Bitcoin certainly answered. Michael Saylor said that they made like another purchased another $105 million worth of Bitcoin. I don't know at what time, but I bet it was somewhere right around there, because that is effectively a single candle, man. So one big buy, pumped it up. Now everybody's jazzed again. Oh my God, Bitcoin, we're approaching all-time high again. So everything is right with the world, and there you go. It certainly carried over to Cosmos. Basically everything I had over here was up this morning, so that's nice. A couple of them really still got beaten up. Your Sherpa got beat up. Spice got a really, really nice carry on a cash kind of soared away. I'll tell you right now, my liquid of cash that I had, I went ahead and parted ways with it. It's my longs are still my longs, but Cash is one of those networks that's big enough that I can do a little bit of scalping on it. It's not going to affect the price. $100 million or closing in on $1 billion market cap. So if I'm clearing a position, it's because I consider it overbought. In this case, I thought Cash felt a little bit overbought. It's all coming around to AI agents. We're going to try to do everything we can to hype up the AI stuff again, because it was just good times for everybody. ASI will soar. Every other AI token out there will just boom off. But without any kind of marketable product underneath them, they're basically a meme. But sure, I'll take advantage of that. Yeah, about the only ones that were more or less flat today were still, Jackal was a little bit flat, OmniFlix was a little bit flat. Akash got a big carry on the AI narrative and the Bitcoin thing, so that's wonderful. Osmo got one hell of a nice little spike, and it will likely correct as soon as Bitcoin corrects. There's really nothing that's going to sustain any kind of meaningful pump over in Osmo. There are so many toxic assets that are tied and paired up with this thing, and you can only have so many index tokens. I'm sure anybody who's a TradFi guy understands exactly what I said. You can only have so many index tokens, but there's so many of them that are trying to act the part that it's dragging down everything. All right, you can there's no money coming in here, man. So yeah, you can catch a pump. Bitcoin, great news. Everyone, Osmo explodes, but there's nothing that's going to sustain it. People are going to enjoy they're going to enjoy the dopamine rush for the day, but they're going to clear their positions when they do. These things are all going to settle down. So I'm going to realize profits on the ones I can, with the exception of Jackal and now OmniFlix and AXV. Those are the ones that I don't sell. Everything else, if I'm in a liquid state with it, everything else I can. And when it hits my price where I said, sure, when it gets here, I'm going to go ahead and part with it, I am, and I did. So anyway, hope you guys had fun tomorrow. Had fun today. We're going to be back tomorrow morning. See how the market shakes out overnight, man. I don't have a great feeling about it, but I've been wrong over and over and over. So who knows? Maybe we'll have the most epic night of all time. But I will be back 0900 Central. So if you'd like to join us, we would certainly appreciate the support. Belle and I will be back tomorrow night. 1800, same regular time. We'll probably get a guest. We'll see if we can get anybody hooked up that wants to come on. And yeah, there you go. I'll let you know when Sissel is going to be on. He's fun, man. That guy's great to interview. Very, very passionate about his project. Love everything about him. So we'll get him back on too sometime in the morning stream. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Belle, if you could, please talk us up. Take us out.
All right. Again, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who joined us this evening, we cannot say thank you guys enough. We do appreciate each and every one of you guys and the comments and questions you throw our way. Now, with that being said, as Scott just stated, he is going to be back on at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time in the morning, and we are going to be back tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Central Standard. In between now and then, if you guys have any other comments, questions, or concerns, definitely don't hesitate to reach out to Scott or myself, Scott at ThePodocasts.com or Bella at ThePodocasts.com, and we'll get your comments and questions answered. Again, we can't thank you enough, guys, and we'll see you next time.
We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at ThePodocasts. Also, visit our page